Your learning today is someone's healing tomorrow. Hey fam, welcome back to AHS Guide, the spot where allied health concepts get super clear and super fast. I'm your host today, and we are jumping into the topic from anatomy, the connective tissue. So, we have covered the bones, the tissue histology of the bones, the types of bones, and the names of the bones. And in today's class, we'll be studying about the names of the different muscles that are present in our human body. Okay. So those of you who's wondering what is AHS Guide, so this is a little introduction about my channel. So AHS Guide is a YouTube platform for allied health science students from RGUHS University. So here I am going to be uploading videos based upon anatomy, physiology, pathology, and biochemistry, microbiology as well. So all the 5 subject playlists you can see. So you can go to the respective playlist and get the chapter wise or the topic wise explanation with the PPT presentation. So I have put the different topic wise explanations in these videos. You can go press it on it and you'll get the video of it. So for the notes as of, I'll be uploading in the future videos along with it. You'll be getting it. So in a week's time, I'll be uploading the videos that you are seeing right now. And this is anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry, pathology, microbiology as well. So each topic, chapter wise subtopics are being given. So go through these videos and understand the concept. So in order to get more videos about allied health sciences, please subscribe to the channel and press on the bell icon for the notification. You'll get a personalized notification whenever I upload the video. So as I had posted it today in community about the video that will be put regularly every day at 8 p.m. for the allied health science students, I'll be uploading from Monday to Friday the regular videos of anatomy, physiology, pathology, microbiology, and biochemistry on each days. 1 hour video, approximately 1 hour video will be uploaded, and it will be at 8 p.m. every day. And on weekends we'll be doing the revision of whatever we have learned in the weekdays, that is from Monday to Friday. Whatever we have learned, we'll do a slight revision and previous year questions which might arise from that topic. So that is how this AHS guide will be working. So please do subscribe to the channel in order to understand the concepts as well as helping me grow. And so as I told, today's topic is muscular system, one of the most important systems that makes the movement and the posture possible. So why is it important to learn about a muscular system? So there are more than 600 muscles working together in your body every single day, even when you're resting also. From blinking your eyes to running a marathon, it's all your muscles that are in action. Now through this video, we'll be seeing what are the different topics that we'll be covering under muscular system. So the first topic is functions of muscular system. So what are the major functions involved in muscular system? Secondly, we'll be dealing about the different types of muscles and the structural features and examples of the muscles, and the clinical relevance and the common disorders which might occur for a muscular system. So without any further ado, let's dive into the topic of muscles or muscular system. So as I told, the functions of muscular system is the first subtopic under muscular system. There are 6 points that I have put here. So it produces a body movement. Bones give a shape to a body, but the muscles play the role of body movement and in maintenance of the posture of the body and stabilizes the joints as well. It generates heat. It creates thermogenesis by shivering of the muscles. assists in circulation. It helps in the cardiac circulation by pumping of the contraction and relaxation of the heart muscles, so the cardiac muscles, and help in the circulation. And it also helps in the venous return. So whatever carbon dioxide that is generated in the tissues are being taken from the cells into the heart by circulation, and that is facilitated by the muscular system. And the last point, which aids in digestion, respiration, and excretion as well. Muscles play an important role in digestion as well as respiration and excretion as well. We'll see all the different types of muscles that are present near the digestive, respiratory, and excretory system as well. So the next topic, as I told, the classification or the different types of muscle tissues. So there are 3 types of muscle tissues, which is skeletal, cardiac, and smooth muscles. They can also be called as striated muscles because of the presence of striations. Cardiac muscles, again it is a striated cardiac muscle. Smooth muscles are non-striated muscles. So these are the 3 types, followed by what are their action, or how is the muscle under your voluntary control or not. So skeletal muscles, voluntary control is present. So you can control the muscle by your own wish. So you are able to twitch your muscle with your own will or according to your wish. That is what is called as voluntary. So the second topic, which is the second type, which is cardiac muscle, it is involuntary. So you're not trying to pump your own blood, right? Cardiac muscle is doing its own work. It's not under your wish or it is not under your control. So it's an involuntary muscle. Next, the smooth muscles. It is also an involuntary muscles. For example, the peristaltic movement that happens in your alimentary canal, you are not controlling it. So it's an involuntary movement. So how does these appear? Skeletal muscles are striated and multinucleated. Striated is they have certain striations. I'll show you an image of what striations are or striated is. Multinucleated is a more number or the many number of nucleus present in a cell. It is called as multinucleated. Followed by cardiac muscle, it appears striated and there is branching. Note the key important difference between skeletal and cardiac muscles. Skeletal muscles are found throughout the body as found in most parts of the body, and cardiac muscles are present only in the heart. And the second difference is that there is no branching in skeletal muscle, but there is branching in cardiac muscle. So branched, striated, branched, and single nuclei. There is only one nuclei per cell that is present in the cardiac muscle. So the next one, the appearance of smooth muscle, it appears to be non-striated. There are no striations. It's very smooth. The cell is very smooth. There is no striations present. There is no small line-like structures that are observed in microscope present in the smooth muscles. So they are non-striated and they are spindle shaped. There is an image of how a smooth muscle looks like. So I'll be showing you the image in next slide. So where are these muscles present? The first one, skeletal muscle, it is attached to the bone. So you are going to see the muscles everywhere attached to your bones. So for example, the biceps, the triceps, and the gluteus maxima, the muscles of your abs, everything is a skeletal muscle which are attached to your bones. Next, cardiac muscles is present only in the heart walls. Note, this is important, cardiac muscles cannot be present anywhere else other than heart. Next, smooth muscles, they are found in the walls of the hollow organs, hollow or the empty or the pipe-like structures, hollow. That is called as hollow organs. So these could be intestines, blood vessels. So smooth muscles are present in these areas. Now, so we'll see each of the histology of every type of muscle tissue. We'll see the 3 types of muscle tissues separately. The first thing, which is skeletal muscles, these are long cylindrical fibers. They are multinucleated. They are striated in appearance because of the arrangement of actin and myosin, and they are controlled by the somatic nervous system. They have fast contraction and fatigues easily. and surrounded by a number of connective tissues, which are epimysium that covers the entire muscles. Perimysium is surrounding the vesicles or the bundles. Endomysium surrounds the individual muscle fibers. I'll show you an image of how each layer is being surrounded by a connective tissue. So as I told, the first point, which is long cylindrical fibers, they are like long cylinders, they are like long pipe, long hollow structures that are like fibers. So that is the first point. Second point, multinucleated, and nuclei is at periphery. It is at the edge of the cell wall or close to the cell wall. So it is at the periphery. Multinucleated meaning many nuclei present inside one cell, and the nuclei is at periphery. Then striated appearance. Striated is the small line-like structures that you see in the cell. These are due to the arrangement of actin and myosin. So this is important, actin and myosin, because they help in the contraction and relaxation. We'll be studying about it in physiology. Now, controlled by the somatic nervous system. Somatic it is under voluntary control. So you, under your wish, or it is under your control. So you can move the muscle as you wish. Now, surrounded by connective tissue, there are three types of connective tissue that are surrounding the skeletal muscles, which is epimysium, perimysium, and endomysium. See, there is epi, outside, peri is middle, endo is inside. So that is how we are supposed to understand. Epimysium covers the entire muscles, and the next the layer that is taken out will have perimysium, which is surrounding a bundle of muscles. After the bundle of muscles, a single individual muscle fiber is being covered by the endomysium. So as I told, there are three different types of muscle cells: the skeletal muscles, cardiac muscles, and smooth muscles. So you can see there is no striations in smooth muscles. It is smooth, there is no lines. But in cardiac muscles as well as in skeletal muscles, there are striations. The line-like structures that you see, those are the actin and myosin fibers that are present. Those are the proteins that are present and help in the contraction of the muscles. So as I told, these are attached to the bones. This is present in heart walls, and the smooth muscles are present in the hollow organs or the intestine. So that covers the types of muscle cells. We'll move to the next type of cardiac muscle, which is branched fiber cardiac muscle, which is branched fiber, single central nuclei. They are striated, contains intercalated discs that gaps junction at desmosomes for coordinated contraction, and involuntary, which is controlled by autonomic nervous system, and there is a continuous rhythmic contraction, and the muscles are rich in mitochondria and myoglobin. Now coming to the difference, that as I told, there is a peripheral nuclei. Firstly, skeletal muscles are striated. There are multiple nuclei. You can see there are so many nuclei present. The blue color structures that are present over here, those are the nuclei, and they are present at the peripherally placed at the ends. So that is a major difference. And now you can see there is only one nuclei per muscle fiber that you see. There is a muscle that is passing right here, right? These cardiac muscles have a single nuclei. There are not many nuclei that are distributed, and they are in the middle of the muscle. Now they are branched. You can see they are branched over here, the two muscles that are being attached, and they are branched, striated as I told, single central nuclei, and it contains a intercalated discs. The gap junctions or the desmosomes that you will be seeing here. So these are the intercalated discs. The two muscles that are being attached together, they have intercalated discs. Next, involuntary, which is not under our control. So cardiac muscles or heart is not working under our own will. So it is an involuntary movement and is controlled by an autonomic nervous system. So note that somatic nervous system is voluntary and autonomic nervous system is involuntary movement. Now, there is a continuous rhythmic contraction, so heart has to beat at every constant. It is not going to rest at any movement, right? So it has to go continuously. There should be a coordinated, that is a proper contraction and relaxation will help in pumping of the blood throughout the body. So it is very much important for the heart to work in a rhythmic manner. So there is a rhythmic manner because of the presence of the intercalated discs. The cardiac muscle functions so efficiently. Now, in order to function and continuously work throughout the night and day, it needs certain energy. It needs too much protein for the growth of the cardiac muscles as well. So there is a rich mitochondria present inside it. So mitochondria is the powerhouse of a cell, and it provides the ATP to the muscle cells. Providing ATP to the muscle cells helps in the continuous rhythmic contraction of the cardiac muscles. Now moving to the third type, which is a smooth muscle. The smooth muscle has a spindle-shaped cell or a fusiform type of cell. So you saw in the image these are spindles, so they are like needles at the end. So this is the spindle-shaped cells. They have single central nuclei. There is no striations, and they are found in the walls of hollow organs. They are involuntary in nature and are regulated by the autonomic nervous system. They are controlled by hormones as well as by the local stimuli as well sometimes. Then slow and sustained contraction, they are highly fatigue resistant. So smooth muscles are spindle shaped, they have central nuclei, there is no striations, they are present in the walls of hollow organs, they are involuntary, not under control, and are being regulated by the autonomic nervous system. It can be regulated by hormones as well, and sometimes by the local stimuli also the muscles can work. Now these are slow, sustained contraction happens. So you see the peristaltic movement of the intestine or the alimentary canal helps in the movement of the food from the mouth, from the oral cavity into the stomach. So there is contraction and relaxation that are very sustained. How much ever contraction is required based upon the object to be moved, that is slow and sustained. So that is the work of a smooth muscle, and they are highly fatigue resistant. So they are not so much tired as the cardiac muscles. But cardiac muscles, they are not at all tired. They are going to be working round the clock, right? So smooth muscles are highly fatigue or tiredness resistant. Now coming to the micro. So now let's see how is the microscopic structure of a skeletal muscle or a sarcomere is. So we'll see that the functional unit or how the muscles contract and relax is dependent upon this unit, which is sarcomere. So sarcomere is a small part of a skeletal muscle that makes up the whole function of how the skeletal muscle is moving. Now we'll see what are the different components of the sarcomere, which is A band, I band, Z line, H zone and M line. A band is a dark thick filament, or it is a myosin region. I band is a light thin filament wherein actin is present. Z line is the boundaries of the sarcomere. H zone is the center of the A band where myosin only is present, and M line is the middle of the sarcomere. So here is an image of how the muscle fiber or your myofibril is driven out, and how the sarcomere sarcomere can be perceived as or understood as. So firstly, we see that the skeletal muscle is attached to the bone by a tendon. So this region where you see the tendon region is where the attachment of muscle to the bone is observed. Then you see the epimysium. Epimysium, as in skeletal muscles we saw, it is the outer connective tissue covering for a skeletal muscle. So you can see the skeletal muscle which is covered by epimysium, followed by a small bundle, that is a small muscle that is being driven out, and you can see that muscle group of muscle fibers that are being covered by a perimysium, the brown color hollow region you see, that is perimysium, a connective tissue that is covering the muscles, and these muscles together are called as fasciculus. The bundle of muscle fibers is called as fasciculus, and you can see many muscle bundle fibers are covered by white color covering, which is called the endomysium. So endomysium is another connective tissue that is covering the inner individual muscle fiber. Now each muscle fiber has a cell membrane or the covering called sarcolemma. You see the cell has been covered by a cell membrane called sarcolemma. Together the sarcolemma and sarcomere make up the muscle fiber. Before we go into that, we'll see the myofibrils over here. So these myofibrils consist of actin and myosin. We'll see what are those structures that I told you now: the A band, I band, Z line, H zone and M line, with a pictorial representation or a photograph here. So you must remember that sarcomere is pictorially, or for understanding purpose, it is represented like this. Okay, so each sarcomere has a thick and thin filaments arranged in a precise manner. So here you see there is light and a dark region. Those strips that you see are called the thick filaments and thin filaments, which consists of myosin and actin. So myosin and actin, along with tropomyosin and troponin, which are involved in the muscle contraction. So how the mechanism of muscle contraction will be learnt in the physiology, not here. So now presently know that these striations or the thick lines that you see on the skeletal muscles, those lines are made up of thick and thin filaments, which are composed of thick filaments, which are myosin, or the dark fibers that you see, those are myosin, and the thin or the lighter region is composed of actin. Now coming back, so you can see there is this beautiful diagram or the representation of it. So firstly we'll see what is a Z line. So there is a Z line, the crisscross region that you see at the ends. So these are the boundaries. So this whole thing that is in between this black color zigzag line is the sarcomere. That whole unit is called a sarcomere. So these zigzag lines are called Z lines. So you can see by the representation of it only, they are Z shaped discs that are present. So that is how it is observed in microscope as well, because they are like Z discs. They are named as Z lines. So these are the boundaries of the sarcomere, where thin filaments, you can see a blue color thin filaments, they are so thin. So these thin filaments are called actin. So they have represented it here in arrow mark, that is actin. Those are the thin filaments that are attached to the Z line. Observe each and every structure, because this diagram is going to be very important if in case a question from muscular system consisting of you to explain the structure of a sarcomere. This is important. So Z line is at the boundaries of the sarcomere. They have Z discs, and that is why they are called as Z lines. And to the Z lines are the actin filaments, or the thin filaments that are attached. And then we have the A band. The green color green dotted line representation shows the A band. The dark band, which consists of the entire length of the thick filaments. So the entire length of myosin filament is being seen here. So A band consists of the length of myosin over there, myosin filament. Now coming to the next one, which is I band. I band, you can see the lighter region wherein there is no myosin filaments, there is only actin filaments and a Z line. So that is where is I band, and it is a light band. It consists of only thin filaments, which is actin filaments only can be seen. So it is a thin region. So that covers the I band. Now coming to head zone. Head zone is where it is a central region where there is A band. Inside the A band where there is only thick filaments. No thin filaments is present. So I band, okay. So in I band there is only thin filaments that is present. There is only thin filaments that is present. In head zone there is only thick filaments, that is the myosin fibers is alone present. Okay, then coming to the M line. M line is the center region. So the circles that you see, orange color circles that you see, that is called as M line. The central region or the center of the centromere is called the M line. Now what are the structures we saw? Z line, which is consisting of Z discs, and they are the boundaries of the sarcomere. So the single unit of sarcomere that you see is between the two Z lines. So that is important. The next thing we saw was the A band. A band is the one whole length of a myosin that covers the A band. Next, I band. I band is the region between the two myosin, and it consists only actin fibers or the thin filaments. There is no myosin present over there. Next, we saw the head zone, the region where there is no actin fibers involved. There is only myosin or the thick filaments that are observed under the microscope. So that is the head zone. Coming to the M line, which is the central region of the sarcomere. So it is the center distance between the two Z lines is center. That region is called as M line. So that covers the bands and the lines that are present. Now moving on, we'll be seeing the different muscles that are present in our different regions of our human body. So this topic will be names of the muscles. So firstly, we'll see the different regions of different human body. That region muscles that are present in that region, we'll be studying them. So the first thing, which is head and neck muscles, we'll see through the image and we'll describe the different muscles that are present. So frontalis is present over here. Which helps in the raise of eyebrow. So frontalis is present in the front region of the close to the eyebrows, which help in the rising of the eyebrow. So it helps in the movement of eyebrows. Occipitalis, it helps in pulling the scalp backwards. So you can observe the occipitalis over here behind, and it helps in pulling of the scalp backwards. Orbicularis oculi, this round muscle that is present close to the eyelid, is helping in the closing of the eyelids. Orbicularis oris is present in the same region, and it helps in closing and puckering of the lips. So like whenever you're about to bite on your lips, or when you're moving your lips, it is working. And the muscle that is helping is orbicularis oculi oris. So you can see the round muscles that is present close to the lips. Next, buccinator, it helps in the compresses the cheek. So you see the buccinator over here that is present. So you can see the labeling also. It helps in the compressing of the cheek. So while whistling, you blow in your cheeks towards your mouth, right, towards your tongue. That is how buccinator helps. Masseter, it elevates the mandible. So it is present near the mandibular region. You can see above buccinator only the labeling masseter is. So it helps in the elevation and chewing especially. So that is the role of masseter. As the name says, masset. So grinding. So it helps in the chewing. Now temporalis. Temporalis is assisting again. Temporalis is, you can see above the ear, whatever region that is present, there is a labeling as well. See the labeling and understand the muscle. Temporalis, it helps in chewing. So it is assisting in chewing. You can feel whenever you're moving your jaw up and down, the muscles that move along with it. The masseter and the temporalis. You can feel it when you move your jaw. Try moving your jaw and see the feel the muscles that are moving over there. Next, sternocleidomastoid. It helps, so it is down here, the Y shaped. There is the labeling also, see the labeling. So it is like extending from the neck to the head region. So sternocleidomastoid helps in rotation and flex of the neck. So whenever you're rotating your neck, or when you're trying to stretch your neck towards right or left, that is how a sternocleidomastoid muscle is working. Platysma, it tenses the skin of the neck. So whenever you're trying to tense your neck, or whenever you're trying to get tensed, the skin of your neck becomes harder. You have seen people with the neck when they're scared, or when if they are in shock, you can see, because the platysma is helpful. So that covers the head and neck muscles. There are various other muscles also given in the diagram. You can go through each of the muscles that is present over here in this diagram and learn the different muscles that are present in head and neck. So firstly, epicranial epineuritis, then there is a frontal belly of occipitofrontalis, then corrugator supercilia, orbicularis oculi, procerus, and nasalis, levator labii superioris. Next, zygomaticus minor, zygomaticus major, mentalis, depressor labii inferioris, and various other muscles that are present. So go through each of the muscles and understand the muscles that are present in the head. It is not necessary that you have to remember everything, because it is difficult to remember during writing an exam. So usually the question based from the names of muscles is observed in 3 marks as well as 5 marks as well. So remembering at least 10 names from the region is helpful. Either it could be leg muscles or the upper limb muscles, head and neck muscles. So remembering at least 10 names will be helpful while writing an exam. Now coming to the next, which is the thorax muscles or the chest muscles. So pectoralis major, you can see this muscle, that chest muscle which is present, that is pectoralis major. It helps in flexing and adducting of arm. So it helps in the movement of arm, front and back, or up and down. So that is how pectoralis major is assisting in flexing. Next, pectoralis minor, which is present below the pectoralis major, which it is not shown here, but it is present below the major muscle itself, and those help in stabilizing the scapula. So your movement of scapula is stabilized by the pectoralis minor. Next, we have intercostal muscles, which are present between the ribs. It is not shown here, but they are present in between the ribs. So you have to remember that between the ribs there are intercostal muscles which help in breathing. So in external and internal intercostal muscles are present separately for the ribs. Next, serratus anterior, it helps in the protraction of the scapula in front and back. So you can move your scapula, protect your scapula because of these muscles, those 3 muscles that are present below the latissimus dorsi. So you can see those 3 muscles, those are called serratus anterior. Next, diaphragm. Diaphragm, everybody knows that it is a muscle of respiration. It helps in contraction or the respiration, major respiration of the muscles. Lungs. Okay, moving to the next one. Back muscles. Yeah, so here you can see the trapezius muscle, latissimus dorsi, then you have rhomboid major or minor muscles, rhomboideus, that is what you see. Then you have levator scapulae, which elevates the scapula. Then erector spinae, which extends to the vertebral column. So these are the different muscles that are observed behind or on the back. Now coming to the abdominal muscles, rectus abdominis, rectus abdominis, which flexes the vertebral column. Then external oblique muscles, internal abdominal oblique muscles, both are present. So you can see those different muscle layers that is present one above the other, which is external and internal, followed by transversus abdominis, which helps in the compresses the abdomen. So these are the three different layers that are present one above the other. You can remember them easily. Now coming to the upper limb muscles, this is very important because learning about upper limb muscles will help you put some effort in your 3 marks questions if they ask the names of the muscles. Okay, firstly, upper limbs can be divided as shoulder and arm, forearm. So we'll see an image of it and learn the different muscles. So in the upper limbs, you can see the deltoid muscles, the big shoulder cap that is seen, that is a deltoid muscle. Then you have biceps brachii, the biceps muscles, which helps in flexing the elbow, and in the forearm that can be moved. Next, you have triceps brachii, which is just below the just lateral, medially towards the medial, which is long head of triceps. That is what is triceps brachii. Then you have brachialis, which is present close to the elbow, and it helps in the flexing of elbow. Next, you have coracobrachialis, which flexes and adducts the arms. There are various other labelings that are being given as well. You can remember any of the 5 to 10 names from these upper limbs. It is not necessary that you have to remember all of them at once. Learn them step by step, because remembering all the names could be difficult. So writing up on a chart and pasting it in front of a mirror could help you in revising the muscles very easily during the period. So yeah, coracobrachialis, lateral head of triceps, then long head of triceps. You have biceps brachii, brachialis. So that covers the shoulder and arm. Now coming to the forearm. So forearm has flexura carpi radialis or ulnaris, which helps in the wrist movement, and extensor carpi radialis or ulnaris helps in the extension of the wrist. So all the muscles are present at the forearm region. Then moving to the next is flexura digitorum, which helps in the movement of the digits. You can see it here. This diagram, yeah. Flexura digitorum. So you can see the different muscles over here as well. Extensor digitorum, which is present here in this image. Then we have pronator teres or quadratus. It helps in the movement of forearm, and supinator, which supinates the forearm. All these are the different names of the muscles. Lower limb muscles, you can divide the lower limbs as hip and thigh, quadriceps muscles and hamstring group, followed by leg and foot muscles as well. So firstly we'll see hips and thigh. So So in the hip and the thigh region, you can see the major muscle, which is gluteus maxima, which is shown here. Gluteus maxima, which helps in the extension of the hip. Then gluteus medium or minimus, which is present just below the gluteus maxima, and it helps in abduction of the hip. Then iliopsoas, psoas muscle, major and iliacus together form this muscle and helps in the flexing of the hip. Then you have tensor fascia latae, which stabilizes hip or knee. Then we have abductors, which are abductor longus, abductor brevis, abductor magnus. So you can see them here in diagram: magnus, longus, and brevis, which are three muscles close to one another. Then we have gracilis, which adducts the thigh. Gracilis is helpful in the adduction of the thigh. Coming to quadricep groups, which are seen anteriorly: rectus femoris, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and intermedius. All three muscle groups helps in extension of the knee. So you can see all three of them over here: the rectus femoris, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and intermedialis. Now coming to the hamstring group, posterior thigh is a proper view of the hamstring group. So hamstrings are usually present in the posterior region, posterior thigh. From this here, you can see biceps femoris, semitendinosus, semimembranosus. So biceps femoris, then you have semitendinosus and semimembranosus. So all these are present in the posterior thigh. Now the lower leg. Yeah. Lower leg has tibialis anterior in the front anterior portion of the lower leg. Then we have gastrocnemius, which is in the lateral posterior region, and it is a muscle that covers the posterior portion. Then you have soleus. It helps in flexing of the finger bones of leg, which is flexing of the plantar bones or the calf muscles. Now fibularis, longus or brevis. Both the longus and the brevis are present over here, which is in the lateral region of the human body. Next, flexorum digitorum longus. So it helps in flexing of the toes. Then we have extensor digitorum longus. You can see extensor digitorum longus, which extends to the toes. So that covers the lower leg muscles. Now coming to foot muscles, we have flexor hallucis brevis. So there are different, you just observe the flexor hallucis brevis, and which helps in the flexing of the big toe. So it is just below the thumb of the big toe. Then we have abductor hallucis, which abducts the big toe as well. The adductor hallucis. There are three different namings that are being given: the medial, lateral, and the adductor hallucis. Now coming to the last one, which is plantar muscles, which helps in stabilizing and moving. And there is one more muscle that you have to observe, that is flexor digitorum brevis. It helps in the movement of the middle toes. So every muscle is literally doing its work of movement, mobility. So these are all skeletal muscles that help in the movement and the that's for today, and thanks for watching AHS guide. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more lectures and study tips about the AHS guide or allied health science syllabus. Now, one thing that you have to keep in mind is that notes are provided in the description. Go to the description, check for the link, press the link, go to the Google Drive, get the notes downloaded and keep reading the notes. If you are not able to understand the notes, come back to the video or my YouTube channel AHS guide, see the video completely, then go back to the notes and study them. So that is a process you have to adopt when you are trying to study any topic. Watch a YouTube video, study the notes, then finally give a previous year question papers. That's how we are supposed to study. Good luck for you guys. Thank you. Bye.